got two beautiful women with you here as well.
I do.
Help introduce them to me and what we're going to talk about here today.
Well, we have Jennifer and Bahija from the Downtown San Diego Partnership. And we're going to talk about what it is they do behind the scenes. Now, a lot of times...
Before he goes on his...
these guys are wonderful.
You got to put up stop signs with this guy.
Hey, stop it.
His assistant the other day said in a meeting that we were in that he's got the energy of a 2-year-old. Now, not the intellect, the energy. So
make sure we're clear.
Yeah, make sure we're crystal clear. You know, he's you're now with the DC. I always get the
DCPC.
DCPC,
Downtown
one of the head guys there.
Community Planning Council.
Right,
Very important.
Everything
Very
that's
important.
happening downtown, you know everything about. You're helping a lot of people with real estate, and also outside downtown. You just help someone sell a castle in East County. And then you ladies, tell us about what you do real quick, and then we'll get into some of the important stuff, the fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm Jennifer Davies, and I'm the VP of External Affairs for the Downtown San Diego Partnership. And our whole goal is to make a world-class downtown in San Diego. And so everything we do is guided toward that.
What a fun job.
It is.
Bahija?
I'm Bahija Hamraz. I'm the Executive Director of the Downtown San Diego Partnership Clean and Safe program. And we do the dirty work. We set the foundation so that downtown looks clean and safe, and then we set the stage so that these two can do their work.
I imagine you had your hands full with Comic-Con.
Yeah, we took out over 23 tons of trash and over
18,000
stickers.
Who measures the weight of trash?
They do.
We take pride in measuring
Really?
trash. Yes, we do. Every day. And on average, we take about 7 tons a week. So that's
Wow.
it's a big jump.
It's a lot of trash. Comic-Con was a lot of fun, though. I got down there. Saw this guy down there.
Yeah,
A lot of
times,
fun.
Good times.
Causing trouble, I bet.
No, of
Oh,
course
you
not.
know what? He lives, works, and plays down there. I mean, that's why we make him our elite for the downtown marketplace. Robert, what are some of the other cool things? So Comic-Con last weekend or a couple weekends ago, we got the sand sculpting, the art walk, the Spirits Festival. Let's start with the sand sculpting.
The sand sculpting is something that I don't know if you've ever been there before, but
No.
how do you learn how to sand sculpt? I mean, is that something you learn when you're a kid and you take your sand bucket down to the beach and next thing you know you're it's amazing.
It is an amazing event.
There's a guy that does it down in Coronado every time I go down there that's phenomenal.
If you've never been to this,
So, I mean,
this
look,
is a
look at
must
some of
see.
these
But
images
it's
here.
international sand sculptors, I mean, from all over the world that come and do this. So it's really
They're
something.
flying in. Where are they doing it?
It's Broadway Pier.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
Wow. Look at some of these images here. I don't get it either.
It's the detail is
that's,
amazing.
That's coming up here on August 29th, right? So
Labor
here
Day
pretty
weekend.
soon. Then you also have the art walk. Now the art walk just happened in Little Italy about a month ago, so that's coming up here as well.
Yes.
So what's the deal with the art walk?
Well, you know, I got my notes right here.
Go to the notes.
Look at this.
This one I can't help you with.
There
buddy.
are so many
August
things going on. It's August 16th through August 17th down there in NTC Liberty Station. It's just over past the airport. It's an amazing thing.
And then we also have the San Diego Spirits Festival, which is happening on August 23rd.
Yes. And that's
So-
always a good time.
If people want to go and check this stuff out, why don't we just send them to your website? You'll show them around.
That's the best place to go. RobertSellsSanDiego.com.
Awesome. So now, explain what you guys are doing exactly. So I know Clean and Safe is one of the initiatives that you have.
The way we look at it is they do it clean and safe, and we make downtown engaging. And so all our programs are to create places and spaces that you can't find anywhere else. If it's taking a parking lot and making it into a park, we do that. If it's taking a parking spot and making it into a park for a day, we're going to do that. We have right now we're doing the Healthy Living in the City in partnership with Scripps Health. And we're having free yoga classes, free lunchtime strolls, free cooking classes. Our inaugural yoga class was on the Midway where we had 400 people doing downward dog on a
Downward dog
warrior pose on an aircraft
on the
carrier.
Midway.
And a drone. Yeah.
So everything we do, and we look at those, they might seem silly, but we look at that as an economic development strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
Where we're creating an energy and a vibe so people feel like they want to come down and check out downtown San Diego, whether it be as a visitor, as a potential resident, or as a business. And we're seeing a huge influx in terms of residents and businesses that are looking to come to our urban center because of the changing demographics.
Robert, you do a lot of the planning and a lot of cranes going up down there.
A lot of
I
cranes
don't want
going
to necessarily
up,
get into
yeah.
that just yet, but you do a lot of the permanent structure planning and get involved in all that, the signage that they're trying to do for East Village.
Well, that's the
awesome.
landmark sign.
The things that you're doing, Jennifer, are these temporary events versus maybe some permanent planning?
No, it's everything. So we do
Okay.
everything. So we work very closely with the Downtown Planning Council, and we work very closely with our council president, Todd Gloria. So if there's something that our residents and our property owners in downtown want to make happen, we're there advocating for them and also helping them troubleshoot to see if we can make that happen.
I got something for you.
Okay.
How about Qualcomm Stadium and move the Chargers downtown? I heard we need to talk to you about this. I'm glad you're here
We're
today.
on it, okay?
A lot of people have a lot of questions
It's on
today.
our list.
It's on our list.
Is it?
Well, I mean, obviously, we as
I
a
want the
region.
inside knowledge. No one's watching. Come on.
No one? So let me.
No comment.
Obviously, as a region, it's very important that we keep the Chargers here. And I think what we, of course, want it in downtown because we think that would make sense for downtown. But as a region, we're willing to, as a regional partner, we're willing to put it where it makes sense for the Chargers.
Sure. As long as they stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just
absolutely.
don't lose the Chargers to LA,
Yeah.
right?
No!
Don't go back.
It's criminal.
Talk about the East Village sign. That's pretty cool.
Well, the East Village landmark sign. We've got we do a bunch of fundraisers for the money to
How much
donate
something like
for
that cost?
It's like was it like $500,000? I mean,
If she knows how much trash came on Comic-Con, you got to know
yeah,
how much
it's
it
like
cost.
it's like $500,000 to put the sign on.
$500,000.
And there's a
Wow.
and there's a map on all the events we have at the East Village Association. A map where people can actually come to the parties and pinpoint where they think the landmark sign should be.
Last
where
thing you
do
do is
put
a
it?
tilted kill. You guys did pretty well out there, right?
That was great.
I
Great
want
fundraiser.
people to understand what we're talking about. So Gaslamp, you got the big signage.
The big sign, like in North Park,
Hillcrest. Where else?
Kensington.
North
Normal
Park.
Heights, University
Mission
Heights, they
Hill.
all
You got to
have
go
them.
for East Village at this point,
Gotta
right?
have one for East Village. Where do we put it though? That's the question.
$500,000. There's got to be some place you could put it down over.
So we get a couple.
I don't know. So Clean and Safe. Tell us about what you're doing with all of this.
So we're funded by property owners in downtown.
Okay.
And what we do with that funding is we maintain the sidewalks, we power wash, we tree trim. We basically make downtown pretty. And then we also contract out safety ambassadors so that, for example, if you're working late and you need an escort to your car, we'll do that. We work
Wow.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week to make sure that downtown is clean and safe.
Yep.
We started to take on additional efforts. So what we're trying to focus on top of all the other things that we're doing, is enhanced beautification. So we started lighting trees in different quarters in downtown.
I noticed
Beach
that.
Street, yep,
I was
Market
walking my dog
Street,
Buster,
East Village.
and I noticed the lights. And I lived downtown for years before I moved to Little Italy, and I knew that when I saw those lights, they were new. That was you.
That was us.
That was
That
us.
was funded by the
Everything
property
How
in
owner.
about that?
downtown,
Picking
yes.
up on
Good
paying,
job, good
paying
job.
attention.
Yeah.
We're putting in hanging baskets in some of the neighborhoods. We're putting in corner planters with flowers and drought-tolerant plants. Anything that property owners would like that we're allowed to spend the money on, we want to deliver so that downtown we keep raising the bar for downtown.
And the bar's already so high. Let's talk about the residential real estate market down there. So this is what Robert does. You know,
Yeah.
we brought in some excellent guests, talk about some of the cool things happening. Sure, that makes your job a little bit easier
Oh,
when
it
you're
sure
helping
does.
people to
It
buy
sure
the American
does.
dream in these high rises.
Yeah.
Who's buying down there?
You know what? Everybody's buying down here. Mom and dad are buying down
I know
here.
people that just bought,
Young
they're empty
families
nesters.
with little kids. Like we talked about many times before, you've got a couple of moms running down Market Street pushing their strollers while they're getting their exercise on.
Yeah.
You've got young families, older families retiring, and everything in between. There is no, this is who's moving in. It's everybody's moving in.
How's the activity as far as, you're hearing a lot of things like low inventory for real estate. How are home prices doing? How's inventory?
Home prices
What's-
are climbing. They're climbing steady. There's
Yep.
46 days average on the market, which is not bad. That means homes are getting priced right. You've got 292 homes on the market,
Is that a lot?
which is it's a good amount. It's a good. You got to remember, there's studios all the way to penthouses. We've got a lower
Give
level
me some price
all the way
ranges.
to.
So what kind of price range to what kind of price range?
You've got you can't really get anything for under 300,000.
Okay.
That's a studio, all the way up
Which,
to.
by the way, is as far as a mortgage payment compared to rent, it's nothing.
Oh, it's
In this
cheaper
market,
than
it's
rent.
nothing. Yeah.
Cheaper than rent.
Right.
We've got the average sales price downtown is about $574. So you figure that's going to get you a 2-bedroom, 2.5
Still the
bath.
equivalent of rent.
Oh yes, absolutely. Much cheaper to own than it is to rent. That's for sure.
Well, awesome information. Bahija, Jennifer, what's your name
I'm
again?
Robert.
Robert. Will you help me with an email real quick?
Absolutely.
All right. Hopefully we can get to an email. I know we're running a little time on this break here. Hey, Craig, do you think it makes sense to buy a property downtown or a place where there are no HOAs? So, Robert, this is a good one for you here. HOAs. A lot of people say, I don't want to pay HOAs. Let's say you had $600,000 HOA. Well, you could buy about a $100,000 house in North Park, which you also help people with.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
I personally like HOAs, and what it does is it beautifies and maintains the beautification of the complex. They have some rules. Some are
Yeah.
a little bit more aggressive than others, but in the big picture, an HOA is going to maintain the homeowner's value.
What are some of the things you get with it, usually?
Well, there's some downtown buildings that have no pool, a small gym or no gym, and maybe a community room for $550 a month. And you have some properties that have pool, barbecue areas, fitness centers. I mean, everything. It's like a hotel. You never have to leave. Valet parking for about the same price.
So I imagine you probably have some favorites.
I do.
Go to robertsellsandiego.com. You can learn more about the downtown marketplace. You want to learn what some of the high-rise, a lot of cranes going up down there right now.
Lots of
Some of the
cranes.
cool things happening with you guys. Really cool. I love downtown. I lived there for years. I think it's amazing. Now I live in Little Italy, and it's nice to be on a beach cruiser, get down there in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So thanks for coming in the show. Awesome information here today. robertsellsandiego.com.